as I said, we're just pumped up. Year 4, we realize how many wins we have. We've gotten where our program is. We realize our position in the conference as far as standings going into the season. And as a head football coach, you just want to be a better football team and have a chance to compete better. We're in that position. Guys, all season workouts are going great. We're bigger, stronger, faster. The team you saw against Minnesota, the team you saw against Rutgers, and even the last quarter against our division champ. That's where I think you're going to see most of the year, and that should be a team that can compete each week.
You got 3 new guys you could announce today, the transfers. What does that add to your program? And is that a new, the transfer portal, does that change the way you approach the whole recruiting?
Absolutely. Jeremy, we didn't take that approach early on. We wanted to hit high school guys hard and get that solid foundation of guys to be in our program for 4 years. We've done that. Now to be able to bridge some of those guys with what we have coming now. And for us, the transfer athletes that we have coming in, most of them have 2 years also. College athletes can use that to their advantage. If things aren't working right, you get your degree, and there are good things that can happen to you. So we have a few of them that are kind of like junior college players coming in with 2 years, and they'll help us an awful lot. I mean, it's been documented. We have a couple of players coming from, out to the Pac-10. It's always about the quarterback position, and we're excited about Brandon Peters being able to compete with the Isaiah Williams and the Matt Robinson and Karan Taylors there. It always starts at that position. So this is what's given us excitement. I talk defensively about our guys. As you talk with Nate Hobbs, he's going to talk about how bad we were last year because he knows how much better we're going to be this year.
Lovie, you talked a lot about the freshmen just becoming juniors. How nice is it having players like Reggie Corbin, Nate Hobbs, and Alex here to kind of show that growth that they've made since they've been here for a while? Well,
first off, it's an honor to come here, and it's just not like we randomly pick who represents our team. Alex Palczewski, we were not eating a little while ago. He started pretty much every game he's been at the University of Illinois. No one works harder than him. You talk about leading by example. He's a good football player. Reggie Corbin, though, he played outstanding football. As a football team, we didn't, but we had some individual performances that were really good, Reggie being one of them. But for him, it's putting 2 back-to-back years together. And Nate Hobbs is a guy that can really get on the radar nationally a little bit. He has everything you're looking for to be a top-line corner.
A couple of the transfers that you brought in, being from USC, just what was the process of getting those guys, and what do you feel like some of them can bring to this team?
Well, we have a couple connections, number one, and when you identify the positions that you want to add, and so happened it worked out where we had a need, and there were athletes that were looking for a top university where they would get a chance to play immediately. And that was the case with, of course, with Josh Bebe, with Wale, also the defensive end, line, and of course wide receiver. And we're going to add a little bit more too, I might add, that can't really talk about yet. But it just kind of worked out for us. Those players, again, they bring a little bit of experience, come from winning programs, and that should be that little bit that we need. We felt like we needed to get over the hump.
You mentioned connection. Was Austin Clark a big part of that connection?
Austin Clark, also Kenoto, Hudson too. Both of them had an awful lot to do with it, but we have a lot of guys with connections to that. And what transfer athletes are looking for, they're looking for, when you transfer, so they know how important academics are, but you also look for a place to play immediately, big-time football, and that's what they're getting at our place.
From an X's and O standpoint, what do you like about a Wale Batiki?
What do I like about him? Well, we have a profile, big, strong, athletic, confident, real man. If you had a chance to talk with him a little bit, you kind of see what I'm talking about. But just feel like he can be a force on the edge, and we need that. When you lose a great player like Bobby Roundtree, you need to be able to replace him. And he was coming before Bobby had his accident, but he will even need him to step up more, and he'll be able to do that. But it's just not him. It's some other players we have, Owen Carney, Isaiah Gaze of the world. And we're bringing in 3 freshmen that we think should be able to play immediately too.
Lovie, you lost a good lineman in Nick Allegretti last year.
Yes.
But you're bringing somebody in like Richie Pettibon. How's he going to formulate into that starting rotation, into the offensive line?
Well, Richie brings a work ethic that's second to none. Winning program. You know, he has a couple national championship rings. So we're getting that. Just getting a good football player that needed an opportunity to play too. He's been great in our program. It's also a chance. I mean, last year we moved Kendrick Green from the defensive line to the offensive line position. Kendrick Green has a chance to be, I think, a really good football player that we're going to talk about for honors at the end of the year. That should help a lot. Burtis Brown, an athlete, highly recruited athlete from the Chicago area that we recruited a few years back, to have an opportunity. So we did lose a good football player in Nick, and we wish him the best, but we think these next guys can step up.
Coach, you mentioned Brandon Peters. Why did he make sense for you guys and you for him?
Well, we wanted a player with experience and a guy that had played at a high level. You know, he started at one of the top programs in the country. Eventually quarterbacks have to be able to throw the football. Brandon can throw it. And as I said earlier in the interview I was doing, first thing he said, Coach, I'm a better athlete than I'm giving credit for. And I just like talking ball with him, what little I've had a chance to do. Just think he can bring something different, you know, to our team. They looked around and he chose us, and he feels. And I just know that those guys are happy. All of the transfers that we have they're happy and have jumped right into their role.
Coach, bringing in a quarterback like Brandon Peters is maybe considered more of a passer. Was that a little bit of a reaction to the offense last year, where the run game was maybe out ahead of the passing game?
No, I mean, as we were looking for the best available, best possible guys that we could, you know, add to our mix. When you have different quarterbacks, you know, we have 4 guys on scholarship. You don't want a guy with the same skill set. But eventually you have to be able to throw the football. So that was a big part of it. And I feel like we can get that. I think Brandon will end up being a better runner than he's given credit for. And a player that has a running reputation a little bit in Isaiah Williams, I think he'll end up being a better passer than what he's given credit for. I feel like our quarterback position and time is going to be in pretty good shape.